everyone, this is Wendy Russo from The Winning Way, and I wanted to cover today the difference between a Miss Pageant and a Mrs. Pageant and how you can easily jump from the Miss divisions to the Mrs. after you get married, because there are so many fabulous Mrs. systems out there right now. Let's talk about the differences. Number one, you should be much more prepared for your interview. So when you're a Miss, depending on what system it is, you could have a very short interview. They just want to see you can carry on a conversation. They may ask you a little bit about your platform or what it is that you like to do in your free time. They could potentially, depending on your system, ask you your opinion on something. But for the most part, it's not a heavy-duty interview unless you're doing the Miss America system. When you're jumping to Misses, I think you need a little more substance. That means you need to have a real firm direction about what you want to do with the title. Why are you competing at this stage of your life? What is your plan to use the title once you win? All of those things are much more crucial. Your speaking skills are definitely important on stage. So if you're doing a Mrs. system and you have a final question, which is more often than not the case, you definitely need to be ready for that. And that means practicing with a coach. I definitely practice one-on-one. I would love to be able to help you do that, but it's a matter of learning how to tell stories within each and every answer. So when you're in an interview, it's not just about answering the question, it's also about sharing a little piece of yourself and your life or what you've been doing with the judges at the same time. Now, in terms of wardrobe, that's another area that's very different. So the Miss divisions are usually a lot sexier, lower cut, a higher leg, all about glamour, the blonde hair flowing, all big, like think about Victoria's Secret. That's what Miss is. Once you get to the Mrs. division, now it's more about class, sophistication. Look at your system. If you're looking at Mrs., look at the system and see the national winner, and that can give you a good idea as to how conservative your system is. I'd say that as a Mrs., you never want to go plunging. If you're a blonde, I would say you want to make sure that your hair is a more natural looking blonde. You're not a Miss anymore. So to me, having that yellow hair like Baywatch and having it all be exactly a one tone, one color, one process, it's not going to read as intelligent like the judges will want to see, because you're representing the state, you're representing married women, and if you're going to a national pageant, they want to see that you have this class and grace and sophistication. So Miss is the sex appeal, and Mrs. is about class, elegance, sophistication, and speaking skills. So can you do a slit in a Mrs. division? You certainly could, depending on the system, right? And also depending on how tasteful that is in the outfit. You definitely want to pick one even in the Miss category. I wouldn't go plunging low and a really high leg. I would try to keep it classy one way or the other, make a decision. Is your statement going to be the high leg, or is your statement going to be the low cut? I will say if you have larger chest, you don't want to go too low. It just doesn't read well with female judges. They just don't like that. And it also tends to distract from your messaging, particularly in interview. I'd say in Miss, you could go with a shorter skirt in interview, but as a Mrs, you want to fall to the knee. You could even go past the knee, but I wouldn't do a really short skirt. It just, again, doesn't read as a Mrs, and it might tell the judges or send a bad message that you wouldn't be a great representative for the system. In the Mrs. systems, there are many pageants that have a costume requirement. So with that, you should have a sense of fun. Don't take it too seriously, but make sure obviously it ties into your state with their requirements. You can make it sexy in that you maybe wear a shorter skirt, but I wouldn't be trying to just show your body off 120%. Unless you're doing a universe system. If you're doing a Mrs. Universe, then that's going to be a different type of a pageant where it is about sex appeal a little bit more. So you have to be tasteful. You need to really research your system and make sure that you are within that look of the system and the image that they're trying to project. but I do think you need a lot more purpose, better speaking skills, and you need to have true stories to share with the judges as a Mrs. So I hope that helps you to make your decisions about whether or not you want to jump into Mrs. I will say this, as a Mrs. competitor, I've held the Mrs. Minnesota America, Mrs. Minnesota United States, the Mrs. Royalty International, Mrs. United Nations, Mrs. Premier World. I was also second runner-up at Mrs. Galaxy, and also at Ms. World I was first runner-up, and Ms. America. So when you are looking at all these different systems, they each have a very different flavor to them and different criteria. So I'm happy to help you if you want some help training for your next pageant journey. I've worked with all different ages, and I definitely specialize in this area because I've competed in almost every system, but I have had winners across virtually every system for the Misses. There are many pageants out there also that have a Ms. title, which covers the Miss and the Mrs. How is that possible? Well, I'll talk to you about that in my next video. So please go to Facebook and join my Winning Way group. I have a group on there. You can request, and that way you can learn a little bit more about pageants as you go along and ask questions of your fellow queens. And also you can follow me on Instagram at Wendy Russo. So Winning Way and Wendy Russo. Anyway, I wish you the best of luck in your pageant journey, and I will see you next time. Bye.